A lot of our research is actually driven by the oncologist. We now have a growing number of research studies showing that if people hit a certain level of physical activity, which is relatively modest, to be honest, then they'll more than double their chances of surviving their cancer. In other words, they halve their risk of dying.
So our own immune system is still one of the best ways to fight the cancer. The trouble with chemo is, at the same time as it's poisoning our tumour cells, it's also wrecking our immune system.
Chemotherapy, as most people would know, is a very difficult journey for the patient. And to put exercise on top of that, you know, is that a good idea? Will they tolerate it? Will it be safe?
Anecdotally, all the patients on the exercise program seem to be getting less of the expected side effects of chemo. But the evidence that blew the clinicians away came from this machine, the DEXA, which was used to track the fat, muscle and bone composition of each of the patients in the trial.
The benefit in terms of muscle mass is absolutely extraordinary.
But the science gets way cooler than that. In the last 3 years, some fascinating discoveries have been made about what exercise does to the immune system. Our bodies are making potential cancer cells all the time, but our immune system regularly finds them and destroys them. Crucial to our tumour defence force are so-called natural killer cells. They're one of the only cell types that can recognise threats generated by our own bodies and call in an attack. Which brings us to a small but remarkable study conducted in Sweden and published in 2013. A group of 10 average healthy young men were exercised on a bike for 60 minutes. Their blood was taken before the exercise and also straight after. The before and after bloods were then spun down to extract the clear serum and poured over laboratory lines of prostate cancer cells to see if they would grow. Incredibly, the serum taken straight after exercise suppressed the cancer cell growth by 30%.
That particular study is landmark because what it has done is it's woken up the scientific community to say there is something produced during exercise systemically. So the muscles are producing chemicals which are going to all parts of the body and they're actually destroying tumour cells. Now that's amazing. What is changing in the body through exercise that makes these natural killer cells more active, be able to seek out the tumour and then attach to the tumour and destroy it? The exciting thing is that it's actually the body generating its own chemotherapy, if you like. It's generating its own anti-cancer drugs.
The result would be striking enough, but the Danish researchers went much further. They were able to demonstrate how exercise did it, what sort of signal it was releasing to make the natural killer cells attack the cancer. First signal, adrenaline. Adrenaline, produced during exercise, activates the natural killer cells to be released into the bloodstream. They're now primed for surveillance and looking for a target. That information then comes via the muscles. Exercise causes muscles to release a chemical signal called interleukin-6. Interleukin-6 not only seeks out the tumour cells directly, informing them to cease and desist, it also tells the natural killer cells what to target.
There are many other physiological mechanisms involved, but this study shows so clearly exactly how exercise can upregulate the immune system and make it better at fighting cancer.